a story by Essential Kitchen TV. Once upon a time, in a small village in eastern Nigeria, there was a young orphan girl named Chioma. Her parents had died when she was very young, leaving her in the care of her rich but cruel uncle, Chief Okeke. Chief Okeke was a man of immense wealth and influence, but his heart was as cold as stone. He saw Chioma as a burden and treated her with disdain, making her do all the household chores and denying her the love and care every child deserves. Chioma's days were filled with hard labor and harsh words. She was often beaten and starved, forced to sleep in the storeroom while her cousins enjoyed luxurious lives. Despite her circumstances, Chioma was a bright and determined girl. She harbored dreams of a better future, fueled by the stories she heard from the village elders about people who had risen from nothing to achieve greatness. She knew education was her key to escaping her uncle's oppressive household. One day, a kind teacher named Mr. Ez, who had noticed Chioma's intelligence and determination, decided to intervene. He secretly provided her with books and helped her study whenever he could. Chioma devoured the knowledge eagerly, often staying up late into the night to read by the light of a flickering candle. Her hard work paid off when she won a scholarship to a prestigious secondary school in the city. Leaving her uncle's home behind, Chioma thrived in her new environment. She excelled in her studies, particularly in literature and social sciences. Her experiences with her uncle had instilled in her a deep sense of justice and a desire to help those who were oppressed. This led her to pursue a career in law, a field where she believed she could make the most difference. Years of hard work and dedication saw Chioma graduate at the top of her class from law school. She returned to her village, now a confident and successful lawyer. With her newfound status, she began offering free legal services to the less privileged, particularly women and children who had suffered abuse and injustice. Her work quickly gained recognition, and she became a beacon of hope for many in the eastern part of Nigeria. Chioma's uncle, now older and frail, could hardly believe the transformation. The girl he had once mistreated had grown into a powerful and respected woman. Overcome with guilt and shame, Chief Okeke sought Chioma's forgiveness. With a heart full of compassion, Chioma forgave him, understanding that holding on to bitterness would only hinder her mission to help others. Chioma's story spread far and wide, inspiring countless others. She established the Chioma Foundation, dedicated to providing education and legal aid to underprivileged children. Her legacy of resilience, forgiveness, and unwavering commitment to justice continued to touch lives and bring about positive change in her community. And so, from the ashes of her painful past, Chioma rose to become a shining example of how determination, education, and compassion. Part 2. A story by Essential Kitchen. Chioma's work with the Chioma Foundation gained national and international attention. Her efforts to provide education and legal aid to underprivileged children earned her numerous awards and recognition. She was often invited to speak at conferences and seminars where she shared her journey and the importance of fighting for justice and equality. Despite her busy schedule, Chioma never lost touch with her roots. She frequently visited her village, where she had started a school to provide free education to children who couldn't afford it. The school became a beacon of hope for many families, and it wasn't long before it produced its first batch of graduates who went on to further their education in universities across Nigeria. One such graduate was a young girl named Amaka, whose story mirrored Chioma's in many ways. Amaka had lost her parents at a young age and was being raised by an abusive aunt. Inspired by Chioma's story, Amaka found the strength to persevere in her studies. Chioma took a personal interest in Amaka's case, ensuring she received the support and guidance needed to succeed. As the years went by, Chioma expanded her foundation's reach, establishing branches in other parts of Nigeria. She collaborated with other nonprofits and government agencies to address systemic issues affecting children and women. Her foundation provided legal representation for those who couldn't afford it, and her advocacy work led to several significant policy changes aimed at protecting the rights of the vulnerable. Meanwhile, Chief Okeke's health continued to decline. He was bedridden and haunted by the memories of his past cruelty towards Chioma. One evening, Chioma received a call from her uncle's caretaker, informing her that Chief Okeke wished to see her. Despite everything, Chioma felt